again and then continue the stock damage with the grapple hammer. So here we go. This is the Asuri versus the Bowsbar, which is what I was expecting. Kyna gets the first weapon and already gets a few clean hits on the Java. Sidelight finally dodged out of the way, and Java hitting that sword up, gets the Ditto situation against Kyna here, and returns some damage of his own.
And they're both kind of starting off with the weapons that they are not known for. Kyna much more known for the Katars here recently. Of course, the other legend he's going to be playing this weekend is a Lucian if he chooses to do so. Meanwhile, Java, of course, we talk about the Java hammer more than we talk about the Java sword. D-Light recovery coming out from Kyna. But of course, Kyna also, he made his name off of a Bowsbar pick as well. So he does have an extremely competent sword, a very exciting sword. Nice spot dodge there, gets underneath Java, comes out with the recovery.
Now, I know that the sword is usually a lot more exciting from Kyna, but the reason why I feel like it's not right now is that Java is making it so easy for Kyna to catch his landings with downlight side air that Kyna's basically knocked. He took that entire stock off of Java jumping onto stage, landing in front of him, kind of going like, okay, I'll D-Light recovery you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll D-Light Sarah you. All right, how many of these are going to let me get? And then eventually Java just didn't let him stop happening. Kyna's decimating Java in the neutral right now. Every single time that Java comes back to the stage, he's getting the landing, and then gravity gets on
He
sidelight.
turns it around, he got the dodge there. I thought he was going to keep it going, but Java, oh, the decent coming out from Java.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Kyna knows everything about Java? Like that was the padded Java down signature to get that spike, to get that return back into the game. He just waits for the stomp, gets the sidelight D-Light recovery. Java destroyed in game one so far. It's 3 stocks to 1, and Kyna's not even a D-Light Sarah away from losing his first stock.
Like, so far, Kyna is making this look like a pools match if I was in pools and going up against a top player. He's essentially disrespecting Java at this point by making Java look like a much worse player, because Java's amazing.
I mean, I don't know about the word disrespect, because I think Kyna's showing him so much respect in the sense that, like, like the way Kyna's playing right now, I feel like he's a little upset because he's like, man, I got hit during this game. Like, that's how crisp Kyna's playstyle is with the Asuri. He's kind of like, well, if I can't JV4, I might as well get the 3 stock. That is how seriously he is taking Java as an opponent. It's not a matter of kind of like I don't see Java playing around throwing out the woohoo. Right? He's playing really well. Now Java has to spend this time looking at what Kyna is doing, and I guess just stop jumping and landing in front of him at this point, honestly. Like, so much of this has kind of just been staring at him, dashing back, getting the downlight, and just getting a ton of damage off of it. Let's see if Java can return the favor.
So far, it's only been like 1 hit at a time, but he has gotten like 3 or 4 hits unanswered until Kyna picked up that neutral light. So I think Java's going to have to slow down. I think he's going to have to give a lot of respect to Kyna. He's going to have to be very careful because Kyna's whiff punishes have been amazing so far. You already talked about punishing the landings as well. Java can't just like run around and get away with as much as he did in 2v2 in the chaos of the moment. This is a completely different beast, and so far Kyna is in all but complete control here. Down airing for the landing, Kyna immediately punishes that. Java trying to get a little cheeky. No, the immediate answer back from Kyna.
Yeah, pay attention to when Kyna does these dash forward spot dodges. When you dodge on the ground, oh, nice D-Light Cider, great patience from Java.
Yeah,
Java's bringing this back. 1 stock to 1. There, no, he misses the edge guard, and Kyna could turn this into a win. I felt the neutral in my bones there, but I don't think Kyna feels like he's pressured enough to be throwing out the cards like that. D-Light recovery, I think, will do it. Well, it does, but
just barely.
For the other player that I was talking about, I thought Kyna was going to land that. Java brings it back from a 3 stock to 1 deficit. Very well played here, and nice job keeping himself cool after what was really just destroying him in the first 2 stocks.
Now I love Kyna's movement because you see how much movement he's putting out before he actually commits to a move. It'll be like 4 seconds of movement, and it's so intimidating. It's so oppressive, and he's not even having to throw out a single move. There you saw the spot dodge into nothing because he thought Kyna was going to come out and put pressure on him. The weapon toss is coming out, just little bits, tiny bits of damage at a time because Java's trying to be careful. He's worried about the D-Light recovery. He's worried about the D-Light side air if you're close to the edge coming out from Kyna that can take game 1 by ending that final stock of Java. I can't believe you didn't go for a D-Light there, Tazza.
Yeah, I think the neutral light was just to cover. Nice job with the weapon throw there. My idea with the neutral light is that it lasts a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more disjointed. So you'll be able to catch moves that if they were a little too high, that would have hit your head.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
You'll be able to stop it, and then kind of was like, well, I've been doing this all game, I can get the edge guard a little bit later. It's just a safer choice in
You can definitely find the more of an anti-air property with the sword neutral light than you would with a D-Light.
If the D-Light went low and Java recovered high with the dare, it would have hit Kyna in the head, as opposed to a neutral light, which would have covered everything. But I agree. I think the downlight optimally there was great, but Kyna still gets the win. I still think was very, very destructive in his favor. We saw that moment where Java took that deep breath, brought it back. There was that whole time during the second half of the game where he basically didn't take any damage, and then Kyna adjusted in kind. But that means that this game 2, I think, is going to be a lot closer than how game number 1 played out.
I would agree.
I mean, you can literally see the ladder of downlight side airs on that first graph.
Yeah,
there,
they're so uniform, one right after the other. But also, we got to look at the point that you said about this game being much closer. I think that's indicative because of look at the last stock of Java when we saw how long it was. It was like 2/3 of the game was spent on the final stock. Kind of got 2 quick ones. You know he's getting there on the perfect line, but that third stock was stretched to its absolute limits by Java. His survivability on that third stock was really impressive, and that's why I think, kind of gets back.
Okay, I can't believe Java took Kyna's guitars off stage like that, and off the weapon throw too. He makes it back, takes a ton of damage for it. What I want to see in this game too is a lot of where Java took his damage from was jumping towards Kyna as a way to break neutral. If he can stay grounded, maybe dash forward, get some hammer sidelights, I think this could go a lot better for him as he nares his way through that weapon throw, actually. Kyna has to pick up the sword here. Let's see what plays out.
I think we haven't seen any vertical gameplay so far coming from the hammer all of a sudden until just now, and that's probably because like Kyna's just not being in those areas. He's playing left and right, trying to use a spot touch to get through. Nice weapon toss. The immediate follow-up dare in case Kyna wanted to dip under the stage. That's going to save Java there with the uppercut from Kyna.
All right, downline recovery would definitely do it after that sider comes through. Java going really deep off stage.
Dude, he's putting a lot of pressure on Kyna now.
And the way that he's recovering after these edgeguard scenarios, Kyna's been going for these weapon drops, not quite throws. He's just trying to hope that he hits them and goes from the side of the stage. Gravity catches neutral light, bounces them off the side of the stage, and that's amazing. If you hit your opponent into the stage and they don't touch it, they don't get their jumps back, and he realizes even though the force is like halved by the effort, Java didn't have any jumps to make it back anyways, and you switch to the bottom of the stage. Kyna takes the first stock.
And that's where he goes for that sword neutral light instead of like, you might expect a sword side air coming out, but that sword neutral light has a lot of active frames on it, so he doesn't have to be quite as precise on it. And of course he knew that Java didn't have in-air movement economy, so he just ended up falling even though he wasn't forcibly sent immediately into the blast zone while he's still in hit stun.
Yeah, Sarah has 2 swings, easily dodgeable, and sword neutral light can cover a lot of dodge options in the air.
Oh, this is scary.
He was sweating with that nair, and he had to use that chase up to get up. Okay, the scoop will take him off the top, but Java took so much damage trying to clean up that second stock. Still a closer game than game number 1.
Oh, much closer.
And if Java is able to, okay, that neutral light. Recovery comes through, Kyna falls down. Java gets a nair recovery. No, snared by Kyna into weapon throw. No dodge, though. Kyna downlets the wrong way. Can Java get this edge guard here? He has to dodge through the ground pound. No, Java doesn't get the ground pound. And he goes back onto the stage and throws the hammer away.
Yeah, these throws have been coming out. Sometimes they're very solid, but sometimes it seems like he's a little bit scared, and he's throwing that out as his like, here, take it, get away from me. Like we saw in the previous game where he just like threw out the weapon like 8 times.
Yeah, there's something to be said about not being telegraphed with your weapon throws, but it does feel like he's just kind of like, I'm going to throw this and see where it goes.
Snowy style.
Yeah, Snowy style means just missing.
Yeah, that's
but with Java, he's mixing it up, trying to get this a little bit better in. Kyna in orange, downer comes through. Weapon throw to pick up neutral light off the fresh weapon. Second neutral light comes through. Weapon throw, tries to go for the down light. It ends up like canceling it against the unarmed neutral light. Instead of Kyna destroying Java.
Oh my gosh!
Almost like how I talked about how I expect Java to go for those weapon throw extensions of the combos. Kyna does it with the guitars. And Java, while holding on, is severely damaged.
Well, I mean, Kyna's coming from, of course, South America, as we know. He again, the exact same thing. GC and light to get the stock, but of course, Kyna comes from South America, who is another well-known weapon toss player from South America, who was like really the first to show how powerful weapon toss can be. It's Fiend. So he's been able to learn from like one of the best weapon tossers in all of Brawlhalla's history.
But yeah, it's a little bit harder with the guitars. They're one of the smallest weapons to throw. I think orb being the smallest there is literally just like the size of a bomb.
Of the orb?
Well,
it's an orb size.
It's an orb size weapon. Yeah. Kind of winning with a 2 stock there, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's
Look at the first pink wedge. One, it's very long, so he spent basically half of the game on his first stock, but look at the flat line. Half of that first stock, which was half of the game, so a quarter of the game, he just straight up did not take damage from Java.
Yeah, Kyna's playing incredibly. And the game is a battle of wits, I feel like. There's a lot of gameplay adaptations, game plan adaptations that are coming from both players, and Kyna is making the adaptation faster, and he's not getting hit while doing it. Whereas Java's trying a lot of these new things, like these weapon throws, these offstage edge guards, trying to get these ground pounds on the hammer, staying more grounded, and Kyna's just adapting to all of it really well. This is what I was hoping to see from before, though, right? That double side light into Sair, Java staying grounded, dashing forward, not jumping after the dash, and catching Kyna and punishing him for staying so grounded in this head-to-head.
Look at how defensively Java is all of a sudden playing right now. So many of those side airs he found a purchase with, found a connection with, were off of whiffs from Kyna. All of a sudden, he's slowing things down. He's playing more defensively. He's waiting for Kyna. If Kyna wants to exert pressure onto him, that means a lot of the time that Kyna's going to be throwing out a move. If Java, okay, now we're seeing the swagger coming out from Java's gameplay.
Neutral light, and all of this is off of Java being so grounded here. Even though he does throw the hammer away, but he had one prime. Goes back to the stage. He's dash forward silence, getting him so much momentum, and Kyna's finally sick of it. Sidelines through, gets the ground pound. Java can get the reversal.
Oh, dude, I thought the recovery. I was so scared of it.
He was going for a super hard dodge and place read or a jump read or something, and it didn't pay off. And so Kyna ends up getting the edge guard here. Weapon throw into Sair. No, Java's just like, I don't even want to try to recover into that. His resources weren't there. He comes back to stage. A sword is primed here to go up against Kyna's second stock.
Now he has about 100 damage lead on Kyna right now. One of the first leads he's had this entire set so far, and he needs it here. He's down 0-2, but Kyna starting to add up the damage, but he throws away his weapon. He's going to be disarmed. That gave Java that free pickup stomp side air. Is there going to be an edge guard? Of course there's going to be an edge guard, Tezza.
And that's tough. Java's been going off stage with these dash forward or falling recoveries on the hammer to get the reversal there. But Java just goes right off of there, dashes forward, doesn't jump, doesn't even really fast fall until the Sair starts coming out, gets the edge guard, and now is tagging on even more damage here as he waits to see what Kyna's going to be doing this neutral. Dashes forward, falls with the nair. That's where Kyna's comfortable. Java's got to stay on that ground. Maybe start putting those sidelights out there, Kyna interrupting it with the weapon throws, but the D-light down, oh, that is a Java special.
Love to see that coming out from Java. One of the few Bodvar players still left out there, and he's doing the sword D-sig, and I love to see it.
At least with the three regions that are highly represented here at San Diego, I think he's the only Bodvar still out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see what he can do. Fall against the side air. Is that a two-stock? Okay,
that's huge.
That's a huge adaptation coming out in game number 3. I wonder if that's just a Fortress of Lions thing. No, I definitely don't feel that way. Java made a lot of the adaptations that I was hoping that he would make, and he did it so darn quick after game number 2 that he gets a 2-stock to return Kyna's 2-stock from game number 2. And all 328 damage on the hammer.
It's hammer. It is totally hammer focused, which is what we expect from Java. It seems like, at least based on that game, he is fully warmed up. He's really started to make that adaptation to Kyna. And this is where, as a Kyna fan, I'm worried. Because that's where Kyna struggles.
Did you see that 0 damage on Katars?
Yep, that's crazy.
How did Java do that? Like,
he just kept him off of the Katars for so long.
Wow, that's like
tough. Kyna picks up the Katars, but it's towards the end of his stock. Out comes the hammer, stomp side air, he's done, spawns back in, picks up, oh, what's that next weapon? It's a sword.
And he was so subtle about it that I didn't even really catch it that time through, but that absolutely makes sense as to why Kyna was struggling so much. If he couldn't land a single hit on the Katars, and that's what we saw him doing so well with in the previous few games, that's going to speak really well for Java having a chance of getting a 3-0 comeback here Kyna.
Again, Kyna starting off, unluckily for him, with the sword, and now Java immediately grabbed the second weapon spawn. It's going to be that hammer. Kyna's going to be looking for the next weapon spawn here. I'm a little bit surprised we didn't see him maybe swap over to the Lucian, giving him some of that range gameplay with the blasters that he could use to go up against the hammer. Maybe contest those side airs a little bit more, but no, he probably feels like there's some more gas in the tank on this, and he has the lead. It's a small lead. It's been built mostly off of sword end lights, but it's still a lead nonetheless. Again, being very careful. You see him dash forward. Does he go for a move? No, dash back.
Yeah, Kyna was going for a jump read there from Java, but Java fast falls onto the platform, barrels through with the side light, gets a little bit more damage from there. Kyna still in an advantage state here. Can he get it? No. Recovery comes through. Java with the sword, hits one there, falls to the second one. Sidelight also hits, gravity cancels sidelight. Huge call out on Kyna's spot dodge, but still behind the damage.
There is a weapon spawn on the field. It's going to be Java the one to change back over to the hammer.
Have been so good. The scoop coming through, bounces him off the wall.
It's KO damage time too. Oh, you know he wanted to go for the D-light to punish that landing. Didn't feel confident enough that he could pick up the timing on it. Happens to side air the wrong way. Kyna in light into recovery, not going to find a connection there. Nice he wants this KO. The hammer dare not going to do it just yet. Nice spot dodge, but he doesn't find the connection with the recovery again.
Sair could do it here. Really tense game number 4 coming out from both players. They're both one hit away. Stomp side air will do it though. And Stomp from Hammer is so fantastic because even from center stage, on a stage like Small Fortress of Lions, you get that angle where you're not going to get that bounce off the ground if you get it in the center. That's a knockout for Java. And Java with every little bit of extra damage here and the starve on the weapons, Java playing incredibly intelligently against Kyna here. Oh, there's the sideline spark. I'm telling you, Kyna keeps going to the ground, such a ground and heavy playstyle. And what's so good at stopping that? That really quick tap from the sideline. And if you get that hit, nice edge guard from Kyna, but if you get that hit, you can act so much faster off of it as opposed to on miss. And we see Java just smacking him with the hammer over and over again, getting so much damage. And now he's doing it on arms.
Yeah, it seems like, again, we have a territory where it seems like the players have done a complete 180 and they've just kind of swapped positions. Java, now the one, seemingly, even though the lead isn't huge, like it seems like he has so much control. Oh, that's huge. I take it back. That lead is gigantic now. And that right there is why I love that signature so much, because it is a game-changing signature. They go from even to a full stock lead off of one signature alone.
Yeah, and in terms of signatures that spike off the side of the stage, it's relatively non-committal. It's just very difficult because you have to time it so well when your opponent's trying to recover back to the stage. Java gets it and spikes kind of in orange, and to force him out alone, goodness, that was be a game 5.
Him going in for that ground pound was so crazy.
Another dare, that's 3 dares in the ground pound. Sider comes back to stage. Java keeps baiting Kyna to go in for that approach, dashes back, gets the weapon throws, gets the nair. This is all Java's game here. This could be a back-to-back 2-stock.
Dude, this is my kind of nightmare. It's just kind of being unable to close after being so dominant in the beginning of the set. This is, again, shades of Kyna versus Godly. This is shades of Kyna versus Stingray at BCX. But this time, it's Java who could get this reverse 3.
That was 2 stocks in a row.
Yep.
And as we're going to Fortress of Lions, I really feel like Kyna, you might just have to get off the stage, maybe bring it to a Brawlhaven or something.
Get off the Asuri.
And we just, those damage numbers are literally reversed from the previous game. I think it was like almost exactly 368 for the hammer in game number 3. This time Java doing it all on the sword, showing that, yes, of course, he's a Bodvar specialist. We're seeing the game development there where that first stock really decided everything. And then look at how quickly Kyna loses that second stock to the sword down sig at the edge. That was huge, pivotal from Java.
Yeah, the peak of that graph was so much shorter than the other 2 stocks because of how powerful. He did not swap his legend. He does swap the skin.
It's the cosmetic counter pick, and sometimes what you need.
I can't believe he's not swapping the legend, because he was confident when he told me earlier. He said Lucian first, and then he said Asuri. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be playing Asuri, and I might play Lucian.
Interesting. It might be a case of just not liking the blasters into the Bodvar matchup. Like we said, he's very experienced with the character and fighting against the character within his own region. We'll have to find out. The guitars are not picked up here. With this Asuri, neutral and a nair means he tags on a little bit more damage, and Java hasn't had as good of a start here as he had in the previous 2 games, as we're now at match point between Java and Kyna.
And this is match point for a top 32 qualifier match. The winner gets to comfortably move into top 32. Meanwhile, the loser has to go down and is going to fight Jeff for top 32 on the elimination
comfortably
side.
Moves forward in the winner's bracket to fight Impala.
yeah, that's true. Comfortable for like 1 second until you realize, uh-oh, he's right behind me, isn't he?
But in this game, in a minute, one of these players' stocks are going to go down here, both on sword. Downlight recovery won't do it for Kyna just yet. The side 6 step of the neutral light. Kyna's got to be thinking his lucky stars after that one, because Java was winded up, ready to go. Gravity cancel side light, dodges the weapon and hits Java, bringing him into that damage. But Stomp, no, Java rarely misses a Stomp follow-up and just goes right back into it, gets a second try.
You got to go.
That Sarah will get it.
You got to go for the stomp side air in those positions. I've tested it myself, and in almost every situation where you can pick up a stomp dare, like when you're really stacked, you can also pick up a stomp side air. You can still do that, and it's going to be such a more potent attack, which is why I recommend almost always going for the stomp side air over the stomp dare, unless you have something in line. This is it.
I can't believe
this is the kind of nightmare. This is the kind of nightmare that I've had so many times.
From Java caught Kyna after he used all of his jumps to make it back to the stage, and Kyna not recognizing it, just switched out of the bottom of the stage, and Java with 1 quick hit has the lead 3-1. I mean, D-Line recovery will take 1 stock, but Kyna's got to pull out a miracle here. Primes the guitars, so he has a fresh pair of guitars here. Is going to try to deny Java from these weapons, but honestly, Java's been getting whatever choice of weapon that he wants throughout the entire set, Sparky.
And doing well with both of them. It doesn't matter which one is in his hands. He even has some pressure when he's unarmed as well, but Kyna, okay. He's going to back up. He doesn't want to go too deep, doesn't want to risk too much because he's a full stock behind here, but he does have to go for some of these big plays. The way that Java is playing so far, the damage pacing is just so much more in favor of Java. The hammer coming out almost picked up that side air while Kyna was sweating.
Yeah, falls onto the stage. Kyna with the guitars here is getting a good amount of damage. That downlight comes through. Downlight, oh, he waits it out, but he doesn't go for the sidelight afterwards. Java would have given it to him. Kind of waiting for that starter. A dare, side light, neutral light goes for the recovery, dodge. Java dodges diagonally down. Oh, that's close. Stop comes through, nair recovery. Oh, Sparky, it's so close to being a dead even game. Despite that second stock, that was so tragic.
Kyna's playing so carefully.
That was amazing. He jumps, still had the chase dodge afterwards from the jump, so he can get the airborne forward-facing side air, gets the spike off the side of the stage, barely touched, recovery of the gravity, gets the downlight so close to getting that combo to be a reality. Kyna's brought this back.
He's been doing such a great job on these guitars. That's why he wanted to swap back to him, but he's taking damage. Oh, Java has him in the orange. He has to be careful. He's getting further.
I can feel the nerves. The sidelight D-light comes through. Java dodges all the way. One sidelight comes through. Kyna now in red. And Java's so good at getting these signature finishers. Does he switch over to the hammer here? He's baiting Kyna.
He wants to. I feel like he wants to.
He wants to hit Kyna for going up to the stage and then maybe go for a weapon throw follow-up. But Kyna instead picks up the guitars here. Nair. Another Nair. Can he do it? Java still can't land on the stage. D-light side air. Oh, this is rough. Can Java get the edge guard?
Oh, he just goes straight on stage, didn't touch the wall whatsoever. He went right back on, got over Java's head. They are going to play very carefully
Java's
here.
staying on that platform. He doesn't want down. The Nair comes through. Kyna starts entertaining attack.
It's starting to wind up.
Sair. Oh, he gets the neutral, gets it. Kyna's sweating. That's the game, and Java gets the win. And I think the upset over Kyna.
Absolutely.
I mean, the projected seed there is definitely close.
Oh, no, I thought Java was seeded higher. He's actually not. Let's see,
I know
Java.
he's PR5 in North America, but I think his one's results.
Java's 26 seed?
And it might be his recent one results.
Yeah.
He's been doing incredibly in twos.
Oh,
but
he got
that
25th at Spring Championship in ones.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't remember that.